thank you, Wendy, and I appreciate CAI hosting these events. I am a member of the Great Pro webinars in the past. I certainly appreciate your support for the community. I want to say good morning to the folks in North South America, good afternoon to our folks perhaps in Europe, and good evening to folks further east of that. So before I talk too much about this very first slide, and maybe I missed an opportunity in saying more when Wendy invited me to say a few more words a few moments ago, but I have some great fears in my life. One fear, for instance, is the one that they always fear in radio, which would be dead time. That is dead air time, not being able to say something, having nothing to say. My greatest fears are being unprepared, being irrelevant at some point in my career. So I've prepared extensively for today. I hope that you enjoy the presentation. I believe that it will open your eyes in a number of different ways. Lots of folks start their presentations with stories. I'm not a big storyteller, but I will tell you kind of as background that I connect agility, cycle time, lead time, waste time, many of the concepts that we explore in workshops that I offer to my own life. And here's a rather odd one, and it's kind of rather biting me from time to time. So I spend a lot of time at the gym. Just as an idea, my time at the gym will, in the weight space, will last about 50 minutes, will involve some 1,100 plus reps and over 110,000 pounds of weights moved. I find it easier to go to the gym at 5:30 in the morning because there are fewer things impeding me and getting in my way, slowing down my time and being able to keep moving much more easily. However, every now and then, if you all spend time at the gym, and I hope you're not one of the folks that I'm kind of talking about, right? But if you spend time at a place like that, or even waiting in line at a theater or a restaurant, you'll know that there's people in your way sometimes. You know, you want to leave one station and go to another one, and there's some different ways you can deal with that. You can stare the person down because they're sitting there not doing anything, or you tap them on the shoulder while they play with their cell phone and fill up their idle time. But I'd rather just keep moving and move to another station, and I find that I still get my workout done in the same amount of time, but I have to actually change the task that I'm working on, swap it out and swap another in, stay productive. Being productive is really what it's all about, as opposed to forcing my way through a certain stream of exercises. So that is a quick background. I will also mention that at the end, I will tell you one of the ways that I deal with overcoming some of those obstacles, even at the gym. So I did a dry run of this presentation about 6 weeks ago or so with some friends in Las Vegas. And doing that, I kind of sensed that, even in my own words, that I was being harsh on waterfall approaches. And presentations that I've heard that are swung in any single direction oftentimes alarm me because they rule out the possibility that something else might be right in a different circumstance. And with lots of years of background in the IT space, development, process improvement, that's troubling. So I thought it would be helpful to put some disclosures up front related to the work that I've done in the past, and not come across as just an Agile only kind of zealot, although I'm very interested in Agile succeeding and I see why it does, but to share with you some other things, right? So I have done waterfall delivery of software. I say over 30 years, but the reality is when I was going through my notes, which I couldn't come back and change the slides right yesterday, but in final preparation, looking at notes, I started software development on a Unisys mainframe in 1980. That's very close now to having been in that business for 40 years, also worked on IBM mainframes, loved the Baxes in their time frame, client server systems and those kind of things. And by the way, those were all waterfall projects. And guess what? We actually did deliver. We didn't always deliver on time. Most of the time, we certainly did. So that would be one point that I'd make. Leading, mentoring, coaching Agile teams over the past 10 years. The reason I've done that is because I noticed with the Agile projects that I was involved with earlier in my Agile career that there were shorter delivery cycles and there was value to the customer in doing that. That teams were more committed. That business collaboration just made so much sense to me than what I was accustomed to that I've become a real advocate for doing things in an Agile sense. I still believe software can be developed using waterfall today. I know that's not what we're here to talk about, and believe me, we're not going to dwell on this, right? But software can be developed legitimately using waterfall. I give the three conditions where I think that makes that most successful. And the first has to do with requirements being fully or almost known. Unfortunately, this is rarer than is portrayed in organizations and when projects are initially thought of, idealized. You could do software with waterfall if you don't mind some variation in schedule, cost, and scope. And again, that too is something that is rarer to be accepted than is portrayed. Folks say, oh, you know, give or take a little, but there's not a whole lot of give and take once you get started, or so it seems. And then the third point, of course, that the team is somewhat competent. That would be true of any team. Agile development, on the other hand, is better suited when requirements are emergent and fluent. This is a major change in the approach with doing Agile. Funding is less certain. Oftentimes, funding is under intense scrutiny. So the Agile model that I am most comfortable with is a flow of revenue based on a flow of value on the backside, as opposed to a large chunk of money up front and then checking results years or so later. The team is competent and trusted, number 3 under Agile development. Yes, we expect folks to be competent. We expect them to be trusted. And lastly, the organization is aligned to embrace, not merely accommodate, agility. And this is really where I think a lot of today's material will be dwelling on. What happens is that organizations say that they want to be agile, but they don't realize that their own behaviors and their culture are anything but agile, and they get in the way of agile and, in fact, limit its success in their own organization. So we'll talk more about that as we go through. Yes. Let's see, I hit the space bar, Wendy, but I didn't go forward.
Try just clicking in the center of the slide again, and then try again. There you go.
Thank you so much for being there for me. Target audience. So I was thinking that the folks, again, after doing the dry run on this and coming clean as having been a waterfall developer and a successful one even at that over time, that there's a intended target audience for this. You'll get a lot out of this webinar if you're either curious about being agile, you're already an agile team member encountering traditional culture and project management roadblocks and misalignments. Talk about exactly what those are and how to overcome those. You're a project management professional and you think yourself as being agile, but you're stuck in a project management mindset and maybe you don't even realize it. Let's say you.
Hi there, hope you enjoyed that last clip. My name is Michael Maludis, and if you'd like to watch the full 60 minutes of that last webcast, while also gaining complete unlimited access to our entire library of IT learning, simply visit our subscribe page at greatpro.org/subscribe. Unlimited annual access is $199 per year, but if you use the coupon code LEARN2EARN, you can drop that membership fee to just $149. That's less than $13 per month for unlimited access to over 1,000 hours of on-demand career development, covering the entire spectrum of IT management best practices, including business analysis and requirements, software development, quality and testing, risk management, process improvement, project management, and even digital transformation. But your membership doesn't just give you unlimited access to our vast learning library. You also get free access to our mobile app, as well as direct access to our network of over 300 of the world's leading IT consultants, all of whom are dedicated to putting practical knowledge at your fingertips so that you can learn more and earn more. I hope you will join me in becoming a member of the Great IT Professional and advancing your career with us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to hit that subscribe button above so that you get notified whenever we publish new free webcasts each week of the year. Thank you for your time and best wishes for your continued success.